So the big number has been 10,000, hit that mark of 10,000 refugees coming in from Syria. It continues to go up, and there's a push for more migrants to come here from over there. And we have the former Thatcher advisor with us now. Nile Gardiner is on. We talked earlier about, Angela Merkel admitting that maybe Germany made some mistakes in the way it's handled refugees. And what are we doing? Are we learning from that? Doesn't look like it, right?
Well, we certainly should be learning from the mistakes that Angela Merkel has made, although it's significant that Merkel did acknowledge mistakes made by the German government and especially by the European Union. She didn't, though, apologize, and her remarks were quite defiant. But we need to look carefully at the facts here. Over 1 million refugees came into Germany last year. This year, an additional 250 to 300,000 refugees are coming into the country. This is a massive problem for Germany, deeply unpopular with German society, and I think you are going to see an overwhelming rejection, actually, of Angela Merkel's policies in forthcoming local government elections and also in the German general election to be held next year. But without a doubt, the vast, large-scale refugee influx into Germany has created huge problems for German society, including significant security problems as well.
Is your point, though, in citing those large numbers, as I've mentioned 10,000 here in the United States, to contrast the two and say it's not as big of an issue here in the United States, or?
Well, I think that certainly the numbers are far smaller here in the United States, but 10,000 could rise potentially to the hundreds of thousands in the coming years.
Hillary Clinton wants it to go up by a lot. She's talked about that in the campaign. And, so it could be a larger issue down the road, right?
Yeah, also, it's impossible to really vet the refugees coming in. Many of the refugees or migrants who've come into Germany and other European countries come from Syria and Iraq. Without a doubt, ISIS has infiltrated the refugee inflow into Europe. And we have seen the result of that in Germany with a number of terrorist incidents in recent months, especially in Bavaria, in southern Germany, which has taken a large number of refugees. And so there are huge security concerns with regard to the refugee crisis in Europe.
Our government would argue and has argued that we here in the United States do a better job of vetting those refugees coming in here than they would over there. And what do you say?
That's really impossible, actually. There's no way of properly vetting refugees coming from war zones in the Middle East. And the German government has openly acknowledged that. They have stated that. They have been unable to fully check the backgrounds of many of those coming into Germany. Hence the major growing concerns with regard to more refugees coming into the country. But if the Germans can't properly vet refugees coming in, and the Germans are very, very careful in terms of their overall sort of bureaucratic vetting procedures. If the Germans can't do this, there's no way, I think, that US authorities can guarantee that we're not going to see ISIS terrorists coming into the country via the refugee inflow.
Okay, Nile, thank you very much. I appreciate you coming on with us today.
My pleasure. Thank you.
From Washington, Nile Gardiner. Hillary